Hi, class. This is the orientation video for the STA 1001 Pathways to Statistics course. And this is for all of my sections. I'm Dr. Condor. And you'll notice on the video here, we have the STA 1001 Pathways to Statistics. And then there's a number after that. Again, that may or may not be your um, sequence number, but that's okay. Again, all the orientations for all of my courses, and I just do one video for all of the courses. So there may be a few numbers throughout that look a little bit strange, but again, you just go to your home Canvas page and it'll have the right numbers on it and so on. So let's go ahead and get started. We got lots to talk about. And so if you on the video, that's really the best place to start. And the course itself, again, it's either run in the summertime on a 6 week or a 12-week format. So again, some of you may be have the compressed time on it, or again, some of you may have spread it out over the entire summer session. And so either way, the requirements, everything I talk about, are really going to be for both courses. And when you look at your syllabus, you'll see the schedule and the times listed for whatever one you have. So now I work with Canvas exclusively. Everything I have for the course I put on Canvas. Um, the software for the course is my math lab, or sometimes called my stat lab. And that you'll go in a link and it'll take you from here to that course, or you can just set up a bookmark and go online. So the actual software for the course, we link to it from Canvas, and then Canvas is the course management system that we do all the other stuff with. So the grading and the assignments and posting things and discussions or whatever else is in the course. I post videos and I have things broken up in terms of modules here, um, which really link to each of the exams. So the Canvas page starts out with some general things, a few things here. There's a general start or getting started um, thing here you can look at. And again, I just kind of put this together. And so you would have that in written form. A lot of this I'm going to talk about right now. But it just briefly explains again that the learning management system here at the State College of Florida is Canvas. And when you sign up for a course, you get a Canvas website or page for that particular course. And you'll always go there for information about the course. And each one of your courses will have its own Canvas website. So for this one, again, you'll have a Canvas page, and then you also, again, have software that links to your particular course. So some of your classes may or may not use software, instructional software. They may use a textbook, and that's okay. But we, for the online course, the online software works very well. And the software, again, there's a link here. I'll show you how to get there to that. And every time you go into the course software, you'll go through this site here. It looks like this, and so on. And but the first thing you got to do is get registered. So when you sign up for a course and there is this additional software, you need to get registered. Okay, so let's go back to the home page. And the course software again is at mymathlab.com. Okay, so if you go into mymathlab.com, and if you ever get screen like this and it doesn't look like it's working, just go up here to the top and click on that, and then it pulls up the page. So here's what my math lab or my stat lab, since this is a statistics course, uh, that will look like this. Every time you get in, you'll go over here and have to sign in. Now, of course, you got to pay for the software first. And so when you register, you'll go over here to the student, and you have to have an access code. You have to have an instructor course code to be able to register for this. All right, so if we go back to the home page, then you'll see right here at the beginning, you'll see Dr. Condor can be, oh, oops, there we go, right here. The My Math Lab instructor code is, and again, Condor 73131. Okay, so that when you go to buy the software and register, basically is what you're doing is registering there. Uh, you need this. Okay, so you put this in, and then they'll ask you for another code. Okay, so once you go in here as a student and you put in that Condor and so on, then it's going to want to know your other code. That one comes with the book that you purchase. Now, the Stat 1001 is the only course that I do that with. Everybody has to have a book. So you can look at it one way or the other. The book and the software come together as one reduced price. So you're not paying like twice because you're getting a book and software. In the regular STA 2023, the next stat course you would take after this one, if you wanted a book, hardcover book, and the software, you would have to pay for each of those separately. Okay, but this is a custom build because this course is new at the college. We've only run this for a couple years. It's very new in the state also. At the time we started the course, there were only 3 colleges that we knew of that actually ran the pathways to statistics. So we thought it would be a good idea to help students prepare for the STA 2023 elementary statistics. And so far it's been working very well. So if you're taking this course to prepare you for a particular program that requires elementary statistics, then you're in the right place. Now you may also be taking the pathways to statistics to get into the liberal arts math or the topics in math, and that's fine. And this is a good prereq for the topics. Not so much for the liberal arts, but it will get you there. It's just really nothing we talk about in this course really goes with the liberal arts non-topics kind of course, but it still will help you in getting through that next course and get you to it. And that's kind of maybe your goal. So again, you have to buy the book through the bookstore. So we only have them at our bookstore. You can't buy them online. Again, it's just the way the course is set up. It's the only one that I run that way because it's a custom build, which means it's exactly what we were looking for the pre-stat, in a sense, the pre-elementary stat class, and it needed to be custom built for it to really work for us. So you have a good book and you have good software that goes with it, and it's a reduced price. It's about half the cost of the going into say a book and a software for the 2023. So okay, so again, you're going to have to contact the bookstore about getting your book, whether you're on whatever campus you're on. I don't deal with that. I don't really know anything about it. But then once you get your book, register here, get in here, put in your 2 codes, and then you're in. and then you'll be able to get in and sign in with just your username and password. So very important first step. Again, get registered. All right, so good. All right, let's get back to the homepage here on Canvas. And um, so again, some general information, getting started here. And if you need to contact me about anything and you get stuck or you're not sure about something, the best way to contact me is again, condorj@scf.edu. Make sure when you email me, that you're specific about who you are and what you're asking. You'd be surprised how many students email me and will say something like, "Hey, what book were we using?" And I'll have, you know, 5 different courses that I'm teaching this summer, and I have no idea what they're talking about. And so, be specific, and I'll try. That'll help me get back to you with good information quickly. So, and again, if you have any problems or questions about the My Math Lab software, Pearson has a support site. They can help you better than I can. They know exactly how to answer your questions and what to tell you. I don't. I just know that you can go to these sites to get really good information. So you can go to the Pearson support site. They're great. I've worked with them several times, and they've always been very, very helpful about their software. And then you get registered. They can help you get registered without any problems. And remember, here's your course ID, right? That you go in first. What that makes sure is that you're in the right course. Okay, you're in the right, using the right software. So that's only works for people coming into my section of the STAT 1001. All right. And then this additional resource or reference materials are there for like the calculator. The TI 8384 calculator is something that we recommend. There's also a TI 36X Pro that's much cheaper that will work in this course. It won't work in the next course that well. So that's why we recommend the 83, TI 83 or 84 calculator, because we assume that you're going to take the next STAT course. And if you're going to get a calculator for that, you may as well get it now, and it would work for both courses very well. Here's a Statology website, which has lots and lots of really good information if you get stuck and you want to look something up and you think, statistics, where's a good statistics website? Well, this is one of the best ones that I've found for this particular course and the next course. Okay. And then the rest of the Canvas homepage is set up over here in terms of modules for the exams. You'll have 4 exams and really 5 exams. The last one's the final. Okay. So this unit 1 are just a bunch of things that'll help you get ready for the first test. And then unit 2, we got a bunch of stuff here to help you get ready for the second test. And so on and so on. And again, unit 3 for the third test and 4 for the fourth test. And then we'll have the final. So and I'll be making additions to this and changes as we go. I got a video here for the first test on types of variables. And I'm going to add some videos to this this first week, some instructional videos to help. And then it's set up pretty straightforward. Unit 1 is chapters 1 and 2 in your book. Unit 2 is chapters 3 and 4, and then chapters 5 and 6, and then chapters 7 and 8. So each unit has 2 chapters, and so it'll be real easy for you to know, all right, what am I supposed to study? Well, 2 chapters, depending on what unit you're in, and you can look it up on the syllabus, and that'll, again, tell you exactly what you need to do. And The other stuff I put up here is to just help you with understanding the material. Okay, so again, you're watching the video, great. You can read to get started. Get registered in the course as soon as possible. And any issues, talk with Pearson and their support site. And don't, try to get in touch with me and ask me first. Go to them first. They're very, very good, and they're much better knowledgeable about most of these issues than I am. If you're having computer problems, they deal with that all the time. I'll try to come up with a list of common problems. I know they have one that they can send you, and I'll try to get that posted up here on Canvas. All right, so the next thing that you need to do once you get in there is you come over here and there's a syllabus. So let's go to the syllabus. Now you have two syllabi, and why that is because this first syllabus is used for all of the STA 1001 courses. And you'll see STA 1001 syllabus for Summer A. No matter who's teaching it, they have this as their general syllabus. So that means that everybody teaches the same stuff. Now, how they teach it and how they test on it is up to them. But everybody has these same requirements no matter who you take as an instructor. Course description, the textbook that we're using, the needing a calculator, and this electronics policy, different things are pretty standard. Disability Resource Center, department share information, and then the schedule. Okay, so let's look at the schedule here. Summer 8 runs 6 weeks, and you'll see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and pretty much you're done, right? We're taking the final. So it goes pretty quick. You have to be on this every day. Week 1, we have chapters 1 and 2. Okay, and well, let me go through. Let me come back to this in a minute because uh, this really we don't want these textbook assignments. So let's change this up. All right, let's go over here to the addendum because it's a little bit better easier to look at. Now, this summer again is really not the one you want to look at for my course. So any questions you have about my course, you want to come to the addendum. Every instructor has their own syllabus addendum, especially now in the summer, things are different, and we have different people in here. And of course, your My Math Lab instructor code I have listed here also. Again, the Condor 7317. But let's go to the addendum. All right. And let me pull this over. This will be easier to follow for my course. Okay. All right. Now, again, it says addendum up here, which means this kind of supersedes. This is the other syllabus. So this is what my course. So I got my here online. It's all online. Again, mine's named Dr. Condor, and I'll be in the building off and on throughout the summer, but not that much because again, we have the restrictions and things going on, and we've got to make sure we follow all the guidelines. So, but students as of now, not allowed on, and that may change, future. But for this particular instant, we don't have anybody coming on. But so my office is in building 27-128, and that's my phone there. But email me if you want to get in touch with me. Email me. Okay, I'll get back to you as soon as I can. The beginning of the semester, I get lots and lots of emails, and they kind of go down afterwards. Once students get oriented, I can usually get back to you a lot quicker. But Canvas, okay, we talked about Canvas. You were required to maybe do some searches on the internet for some things and announcements. So you need to read the announcements all the time. Any new announcements, I put lots of important information on the Canvas announcements. When the tests are coming up, if there's anything needs to be turned in, what the requirements are, the homework, things like that are always going to be listed here. Um, okay, again, office hours. I don't know exactly yet on the reviews if I set up maybe a Zoom review in some sense. I may do that. I don't know yet. Okay, so it's going to depend on feedback and availability. Now, the grading is 5 exams, 60 points each. That's it. Your grade is going to be pretty much determined on 5 exams, 60 points each. Right? 4 unit exams in your final is also 60 points. It's just, it has, some summary stuff on it from the course. No makeup exams. If exams missed, student presents acceptable documented excuse. The missed exam will be the average of the other 4 exams. So you don't get a 0 as long as you have an acceptable excuse. You can't say, I didn't feel good. I didn't want to take it. That's not acceptable. Uh, so if you have it documented, that's good. So the missed exam will be the average. You don't get a 0, you get the average of the other 4 for that grade. Excused absence, right? Unexcused absence, you get a 0. Okay. All right, so let's look. So that gives us 300 points, and then your typical grading, 90, 80, 70, 60. So we're common with that. Now, this may seem a little bit strange to some students, but there is an online attendance policy, and this is defined by the state. The state requires even students online to be attending or participating, is more what we're talking about. So you have a required first week assignment, that's getting into my math lab, and then completing all the week 1 assignments that are listed on the syllabus. So your instructor may withdraw you from the course after falling behind more than 2 weeks of the My STA lab homework, regardless of your grade in the course. Homework section due dates are on the syllabus, okay, or tentative schedule. Any extra credit offered, in which there may be, last course I did, and this would be later in the course, but any extra credit offered must be correct, turned in on time, and complete to receive the points. Extra credit activities are not requirement. You do not have to do those. Again, they're not a requirement. They're not points that everybody has to have, or if you don't do them, you lose. They're just extra, okay? So that's why they have to be correct and in time to get those points. Tests will be graded and posted on Canvas, okay? This should say in the Canvas grading area. So again, when we take exams, you're going to go to Canvas and then download the Word file, complete it, and then upload it back to Canvas. That way I can grade it, post it, and it'll be right there for you to see, and the grade will be automatically recorded. So it works very well, and we're going to stick with it because I did it last semester, and it turned out really well for 99% of the people. So course format, it's distance learning, right? You're not coming to campus. Online courses, you have to do your homework online in my stat lab, in the software. You also submit your tests online. So again, you'll go to Canvas, download them, fill them out, and then submit them online. So you got to have access to internet, computer, and Word files. You got to be able to, so not PDF. You can't like take pictures of your stuff and then send it to me with your phone. That's not going to work. Okay. You will not get credit for that. Word files only. Okay. That's it. Not self-paced. This is going to be on a weekly schedule. You'll be learning through the use of the textbook, online course supplements, my StatLab software. You work outside of the classroom, complete the course materials, be able to complete the work in a flexible manner. So online gives you the flexibility to do that, whenever you want to during the day. Don't say, well, I'm going to do it all on the weekend. I don't think that's a good idea. I don't think students do as well. I think every day, even if it's a small amount of time, you need to spend every day with the course. Okay. And I'll be available, on a limited basis. Okay, again, the software, we talked about my math lab enough, about the code and all that. You need a calculator. Again, TI 384, strongly recommended. TI 36X Pro is very inexpensive. I'm talking 20 bucks, maybe even cheaper. You could find it. It'll perform 90% of this course computations. And by the time we get to the end, I'll show you some other stuff, you can do the other stuff on. So you don't have to worry about it if you're really strapped for cash and you say, you know what, I can't find a cheap used 84. Remember, there's a lot out there. There's millions of them out there. A lot of people, this is the most popular calculator, college calculator in the country, the TI-84. So there's a lot of used ones out there people aren't doing anything with. So you can get those for 40 bucks. New ones, they're expensive, 150, 140. But this 36X Pro, probably like 20 bucks. And it's pretty good. It's a pretty good calculator, but will not work in the next course for the most part. It may be like half or something, but maybe you don't really care about that right now, right? And so that's your choice. Now, the weekly procedure here. You can look through this. I'm not going to read down through this. I'm going to read that. Communication. Again, I want to, really remind you to be specific in your emails. Don't just email me. I have hundreds of students, and you think like we've been buddies forever. You just say, hey, I don't know how to do problem 10. Can you help me? And like that's all they say. And it drives me nuts because I have no idea what they're talking about or who they are or what course they came from and what problem number 10 is and where their problem is. So the more specific you can be in your communication with me with your SCF email address, then I can be very specific with my response. And so again, remember, you're not emailing, like you're emailing your friend and they know who you are or whatever. I really won't know what you're talking about unless you're very specific. Okay, so let's go ahead and the syllabus. Now here's the schedule. Let's look at this one. I tried to make this one very straightforward and simple. Again, week 1, chapters 1 and 2. Next Monday, right? Exam 1. So there's an exam already after 1 week. And you'll see this, it seems like a lot, but chapter 1 makes up the bulk of this first test. If you see here, fractions, decimals, percent, scientific notation, percentages, this is all arithmetic review that you can use your calculator to do. You're doing this online. You can use your calculator. If you forget how to do fractions, well, just make sure you can put them in your calculator. Decimals, percents, and so on. So that'll be all. Just make sure, again, you know how to work with fractions, decimals, percent, scientific notation, so on, percentages in your calculator. And this usually goes pretty well in the course. Lots of definitions in this first test. Okay, lots of definitions here in this first chapter. Okay, so Monday be the exam. Then you'll have 2 more chapters. Then the next Monday, exam 2. Very short chapter here. This is all pretty short. You probably, so again, 2 chapters next Monday. And then this goes chapter 1 week, chapter the next week, because this right here, the very end, we have 2 weeks for 2 chapters before that last test, because there's a lot of material here with slope, correlation, regression, things like that. That'll be the hardest part. That's why we break it up into 2 weeks. And then we'll have the test and then you're fine. So it works, the schedule works out very well. And the course has gone very well so far. And so I'm hoping you'll have good success also. So again, the syllabus, we covered a good bit there. And remember, general syllabus, right? Really, that's just general stuff. If you want to know more specifics about my course, look at the addendum. And if you're still confused, you can email me and I'll try to get back to you on that. So again, get registered, get busy working in my stat lab, get into that book. It's a good workbook. I like it a lot. Very well written, and it fits the course. So if you feel comfortable reading through the book and working the problems, then you should feel that you're in the right place. The only other thing on here, again, remember announcements. I don't have any right now. I will be putting these up starting, the first day. I'll start putting in announcements and things and add to this throughout the course. Make sure you always look in there. And as of right now, again, your grades, there's no grades in there, so those will start after next week. Attendance, I check. Remember, you have an attendance policy. If I look in 2 weeks from now and you've done nothing, I'll withdraw you from the course. You have to attend by doing the My Math Lab homework. That's your attendance grade. Okay, you don't get grade for your homework in the course. You get 5 exams, that's it. So remember, you're doing this My Math Lab homework because that's keeping you in the course. And there's other things that yours Canvas page doesn't have that's on here. We may have a discussion or two. I'm still building the course, trying to make it better every semester. But you need just to get started. Read the announcements. Very important to keep up. Read the announcements. Get off to a good start. And let me get back to that home page. There we go. And again, I think you'll see if you keep up with the work and follow the follow everything and watch the videos and so on. I think it'll work out pretty well. But it is going to take effort on your part. Obviously, also it's 6-week course from 16 weeks. So you're talking about condensed format, and but it's a good course to do in condensed format as long as you stay with the course. So I can't really think of anything else right now that I feel like I need to talk about for the orientation. Again, there's definitely, I'm sure you'll have questions, but we'll take care of that through email. And I'll try to put up, if there's a lot of questions about the same thing, what I'll do is then I'll put out an announcement to everybody, so everybody hears the responses. And it was obviously something we might have missed during the orientation. So, okay, well, good luck, and I look forward to hearing from you and working with you over the next either 6 or 12 weeks. Again, remember, if this isn't your number, don't look at this orientation video and think these are all your numbers. Go to your Canvas page. Everybody's got their own. Every section's got their own Canvas page, and you'll have your own numbers that you'll work with on there. So good luck, and again, we'll be talking to you soon.